so hitting the scene. Shit tales of Oz and foreigner dreams. Tales are crazy wild as the wind. Laughs and madness could make you spin. Shit tales rolling forward as king. The podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide. From down under to the Sunshine State, mishaps and mayhem can't escape fate. Chuvalo and Croc Dundee, a wild ride on podcast sea. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide. From down under to the Sunshine State, mishaps and mayhem can't escape fate. Chuvalo and Croc Dundee, a wild ride on podcast sea. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Shittown Florida Man Power Ranking Podcast. I am NCR News Network, joined as always by friend and co-host Anthony Caruso.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, NCR, and good afternoon, or wherever you are right around this beautiful world. It is time to celebrate the All That Is Stupid has occurred not only in Australia, but in Florida itself. And NCR, I could not be more excited about this episode tonight for one particular reason.
And what reason would that be, my good friend?
I believe we have an interloper that has joined us tonight.
Oh, yes. You guys know him from the Nightcap Nation. The man, the myth, the legend, the roaming absolute beast, the captain.
G'day everybody and welcome to NCR News Network with, of course, Field Marshal as well. How are you guys?
Oh,
we're
very good, mate.
Fantastic.
I'll tell you what, that was a big build up for me. I normally just get someone going, oh look, here he comes, and then people shut down their businesses as I walk by. So no, it was a good one, that one.
Hey, mate, we're all about pumping tires up, let's face it.
I like it. Like, I'm not used to being on a podcast where someone hasn't thrown an empty beer can at me. So this is great.
Well, the night is still young. There's some rednecks and grinks out there.
What has parking nicked under you before?
I used to be his marionette puppet, and then I came to life because I wished I was a real boy. And well, I keep telling everybody that I was his marionette puppet, but I was, the original Adam West Batman, and he had that boy wonder, and no one really knew what the deal was there. Yeah, it's kind of like Parking Nick and I.
Fair enough then.
Yeah, I would have dobbed him in if I didn't like it, if you know what I mean. Like, sometimes I just want to feel like Octomum and just have 80 fingers in me at once. So.
Speaking of having fingers in particular orifices, NCR, I believe we have a new sponsor on tonight.
Great segue, by the way.
we do have a new sponsor. I was surprised that they were going to sponsor us because this particular sponsor already owes me some money for some tattoos.
Nope.
Yeah, apparently last year he told me he would pay for some blue line tattoos, but he refused to pay. So instead, he's offered to sponsor the show with his new ad.
Want to make sure you're looking your absolute worst when you go to a court case to try and lose custody of your children? Then make sure you visit our good friends at BSBT Dentistry. With the finest in tooth decay and the very best in hobo looks, BSBT Dentistry will ensure that you look like you've just been snorting coke off a man's cock in the back streets alley. We also have very big specials for sovereign citizens and people who don't accept the jurisdiction or the requirements to be a father. Make sure you check us online at bsbtdentistry.com and make a booking today. BSBT Dentistry, proudly smashing your face right through a wall.
Oh, I was writing down that website then. Can you give it back to me?
Well, the website won't help you because the satellite locations keep changing, but the main office is behind the dumpsters off of 8 Mile.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now, actually. Yeah, no, fair call. I actually copped a really good blowjob from, what was his name? Um,
Oh, not
Chili?
some bloke who had his YouTube channel hacked in the
Yeah,
last 24 hours.
yeah, that could be him. I
Yeah.
reckon old mate Terry was behind that. I reckon Terry was
Well-
trying to just download some DVD and he just got lost on the way.
Well, as he was quoted as saying, $5 is $5.
Yeah,
is
well,
true.
this is and he needed to show off what he learned in jail there. Like he learned some new tips, and you know, he's put it to good use there on his channel.
Well, there you go.
Indeed. And like the pair of them, you know, him and BSBT, you know, very good at handling their warrants as well.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, absolutely. NCR, I have the ceremonial coin.
All right. I'm going to go tails this week.
Tails is the call and is ahead.
Ah.
Captain, we are kicking off here tonight, and in 10th place for the shit towns of Australia, we head off to Whyalla in South Australia. It's not Port Pirie, but it's still South Australia.
I know what Whyalla. I know that town. Never been there because it's too shit for me, but I know it.
Yeah, well, Dr. Craig Emerson knows it because he thought there was going to be some sort of wipeout there, but here we are. A weirdo has been caught driving around in a car covered with kangaroo carcasses and dead birds.
You
All
fuck
right, to be
weirdo.
fair, I wasn't a weirdo.
Yep.
It's not a weirdo. Terry was he was telling me before he was heading over to South Australia. He picked up some dead roos, not for any particular reason. He just likes collecting them. Everyone needs a hobby. So, yeah, weirdo is probably a bit far to take it, isn't it? Oh,
Well,
shit.
ladies and gentlemen, there's the car.
Fuck. What
Holy
the
shit.
fuck, mate?
That is not Terry.
That is the
How many-
car right there.
That's a
How many
collection,
roos
isn't it?
is that?
I can count at least 3 of them.
Yeah, I can see 3. Is that one? That's
we
the
can
birds on
see.
the roof. That's
That we
not
can
including
see.
what's he's got in the back seat there. He's got the old child protecting tint on the windows there because obviously he doesn't want to cook the roo.
Are we
It'd be
sure
a
it's
bit
really
gamey,
not a
wouldn't it?
Joey?
It's definitely roo size. Look how far down the suspension is on the back there.
I know.
Like those aren't baby kangas. They're about at least 80 kilo each. Those guys, maybe more.
The poor car. Look at it. Wow.
Fucking hell, look at
So
that.
yeah, if you're hanging around Whyalla, keep a lookout for this absolute weirdo. I mean,
This is maybe this is a new safety campaign from the South Australian government. Like, if you're going to get into an accident and you don't have airbags, get a couple of kangas, whack them on the sides of your car there. It's like a bumper car then.
this is very true. This. So yeah,
Maybe
Whyalla.
if you flip on his roof, it will bounce back.
So there we are. Whyalla 10th place. NCR, over to you.
For 10th place in the Florida Man, I have Florida Man arrested after suggesting that his wife is a Bible thumper for pouring out his rum at 2 a.m.
That's a fair call, actually. I'm kind of on his side on this one.
So we have a husband, Robert Wade Footy, who was arrested by the Sumter County Sheriffs after his wife called over a domestic dispute where he shoved her on the bed, called her a Bible thumper for pouring out his rum, and then proceeding to crack open beer after beer after beer.
So he had backup then. He didn't even need the rum. He had a few beers still sitting around.
Well, apparently, Mr. Footy, who is 58 years old and 6 foot tall and 300 pounds, allegedly shoved his wife on the bed after she poured his rum down the sink, calling her a Bible thumper, where she phoned the police. Police showed up, and they could immediately tell by the smell and bloodshot eyes and overwhelming power of alcohol that he was highly inebriated. She's a damn Bible thump. pouring out his rum and was charged for domestic.
Yeah,
I have
I'm.
a picture of Mr. Footy, if you would.
Ooh, let's see
Yeah,
it.
let's have a look at him.
Sounds like a classy bloke, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
6 foot, 300
Oh,
pounds. Jeez, you wouldn't mind seeing him in a squared
very
circle.
classy.
Fuck no. Yeah, whack a championship around that waist.
Yeah, mate.
What am I- Well,
Now, to be fair, do we know that she wasn't, thumping a Bible at the time? Like, he might have been onto something. Like, maybe she's done the old flushed it
He
down
might,
the toilet.
maybe,
before the coppers
but,
turned up. She was like, "Oh yeah, like they're going to believe you, mate. You're pissed, and I'm the one with the Bible."
The suspense is absolutely killing me.
Oh,
computer
can't
roll.
wait. Where's the drum roll? We need a drum roll for this.
I know. My fucking. Look at Mr. Footy.
Oh,
he's a
wow.
thumb.
Right there.
Look at that. I have one. I have two of them on one on each foot. Me big fucking toe. Look at that.
I mean, he looks like.
How many?
Or is it the little black lady on the side there? Is that who we're talking about?
No, this is Mr. Footy right here.
Right. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But look
How
at
many
him.
chins has he got?
He looks
He's got a fair whack.
got quite a few.
Look, like he's
Quite a
abused a
few.
few ginger stepkids in his day, hasn't he?
Jeez.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't have an ice cream fan.
Oh yeah. It's
Oh.
really sad to see what happened to Homer Simpson when he became human. Isn't it? What happens when you retire from the nuclear plant?
Oh.
Indeed.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
He could have
Jeez,
probably
wow.
survived Chernobyl, that bloke. He could have just sat in the
could
fucking hole.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
fellas,
nice
I
of
got
him
it.
down.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let me
Gee, he
lift
looks
my
like a footy
fupa.
too. Surprised Peyton Manning didn't come and fucking throw him half a fucking kilometre.
Should we go to number 9?
Yes,
Please do.
please.
Yeah.
I like
Number 9, we head off to sunny Broome in Western Australia. A flight has been delayed. The reason? Because of motherfucking snakes on a motherfucking plane.
Now,
Couldn't get
Anthony,
any-
you could do that.
any orange stripe.
You could do that a bit better. Let me show you how it's done.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody's
Yeah. I thought we were about to get really racist then, but no, you've covered it.
Hey, anytime you get to introduce Samuel motherfucking Jackson on a show is a good day.
It's a fucking good day. I watched Django Unchained the other night, which is really, really strange because I haven't seen Django Chained yet. So I wasn't sure. of the plot.
Did he get unchained?
You know what? There was a chain involved. Full credit to the title.
Well, a flight from Broome to Perth was delayed due to an unusual passenger, and I can confirm the breed of snake, it was a Stimson's python.
Oh, that's harmless. You can eat them.
Oh, I know, but yeah. The average
Who
person thinks Australia is full of deadly snakes, and they're not wrong.
I was going to say that's pretty accurate too.
Yeah.
There.
Andre Rurakura, a television personality known for his appearance on the documentary series Shipwreck Hunters Australia, emerged as the hero. Despite his expertise typically involving marine creatures, Rurakura sprang into action upon spotting the python. There are a few people with their feet up, a bit worried, but I don't think people realise it was true. He promptly retrieved the snake, describing it as super cute and pretty scared.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? A lot of people forget, and sorry to jump in on top here. This isn't actually a joke. This is legit, especially because I live out here in the country, and we have a lot of farmers. Like Terry's a farmer, as you all know, and snakes are very useful out here because a lot of mice and pests and shit get into hay bales and into grain silos and stuff like that. And it can fuck up a few months worth of crops. So having snakes that are prone to just murdering fucks, it works well in our favors.
And there's the bloke there,
Oh, he's
and
a
there's the
cutie.
snake. He's a little cutie.
He is a little cutie. Look at that.
Yeah.
You'd take him home and feed him to a slightly larger snake, wouldn't you?
Well, you could actually keep those as a pet, I believe.
Those
With a
ones, yeah,
license, of
absolutely.
course.
With a license, absolutely. Or,
Yeah.
not.
Well,
Hmm.
yeah. Well, here's the funny thing: where I'm at in Ohio, I am legally allowed to own a caiman without a permit.
What?
Yeah,
Like a
I can
Cayman
own a
Island?
crocodile.
Oh,
Like a crocodile.
I thought you were talking
You
about
can
like a
own a-
Cayman Island. I thought, well, you can if you want, I suppose.
No,
America.
I'm
America.
legally allowed. Here's the crazy thing: I'm legally allowed to own a crocodile, but yet I cannot hunt a mouse on a Sunday without a license.
That's fair call, actually. I'm on the master side on this one.
Oh. Number 9 for Florida Man.
Oh,
Not
number
allowed
9.
to go hunting for mice with an AR-15 anymore either. That's more of a schoolyard thing.
Well, I mean, you can. It's just very
You
frowned
can.
upon. But for number 9, we head to Central Florida. Sad to say, it's not Polk County. I know your hopes and dreams have been dashed, Anthony. But a Florida man is accused
Big tip in
of
Florida.
attacking an Amazon delivery driver and trying to rob him.
Look, so far I'm with the robber on this one. I'm on everyone's side on this one. Let's see, there's got to be two sides to every story here. Like, was the Amazon driver fucking his wife? Because I can understand that then. Like, was
No,
it Amazon hunting season in Florida? This is the other question.
No, it is not Amazon hunting season. That happens in March.
Okay, right. Well, that's a fair call then. All right. I'll hear the rest of it.
But Donna Hiller, age 37, is accused of attacking an Amazon driver and trying to rob his van after an incident happening on his property the 10th of November, where him and his son were playing in the front yard. The Amazon driver was delivering a package to the rear. So maybe he was delivering something to the wife.
Yeah, I knew it. Straight in the rear.
Seeing the driver leave off the property, Mr. Hiller decided to run after him to flag him down. But according to police reports, he jumped onto the van, grabbing the window, not the window, but the driver's side mirror, and trying to stop him. But the video shows that Mr. Hiller was actually sticking his arm through the window to punch and stop the driver from leaving.
I need to ask:
And,
does
well,
the guy's
Mr.
kid
Hiller
look
is-
like the driver, or
I don't know, but the funniest part about this is after getting knocked off the van, he decided to try to barricade him.
how do you barricade a van?
And we have a picture of Miss.
Oh, thank gosh!
This is how
Well,
this is
you
how you barricade a
A
van.
couple of hay bales, or
Well, I suppose it's
throw a couple of
American,
van. You throw a couple of bales of hay in front. If that doesn't work, just because all of us Americans have a lot of guns, don't mean we have bazookas. I mean, now let's go to the
I'll pull that
surplus
back.
store.
So I
Pussies.
pulled out my gun.
what was that from again? So I pulled out.
But his
I know
whole
that.
defense to the
South
cops.
Park. Oh boy.
So, according to the driver, his whole defense was, well, he wanted to ask him a question with his fist.
Holy shit!
My only
That was
question
like-
is, how strong is that fucking prescription?
He's seen some shit.
Oh my god! Have a look. Remember when I was talking about people abusing ginger stepkids? There's the
Yeah.
abused ginger stepkid right there.
Too right.
Don't feed turtles, people. Look what they turn into.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
He looks like he's seen some things in his life.
Who stole his ears? Has he been hanging out on H Block with fucking Chopper Reed? He's lost his ears.
Is that hair? Is that a mullet at the back, or does that look like a bloody big tarantula?
Oh, it could be a fuck
No.
handle.
That looks like a
It
big hairy
is
spider
not a
climbing
tarantula,
up.
but it that is his hair pulled back in a ponytail because Mr. Hitler here loves to go with the white trash Farrah Fawcett look.
Oh, does he what?
Ah.
Jesus. You could save marine life in those glasses. If you're ever out and you find a beached fucking whale or whatever, and you need a place to put them, like a big fish bowl, whack 'em behind this dude's spectacles. Hey, is that the dude from the Labyrinth off over there, off to the side there?
What it is? It is.
Yeah, I thought it was. He looked like fucking
possibly.
David Bowie's character. After David Bowie had already died.
He is the Goblin. Well, he is the Goblin King in the cell blocks for a reason.
Can you bring up that picture again? Sorry to be a pain in the ass, but
Yes,
on that picture, off to the right, in the other stories on the side there, that looks like a dollar store Brian May that's regretting ever hiring Adam Lambert to replace Freddie Mercury because he just doesn't suck dick correctly.
All hail King Freddie.
Oh, hail King Freddie, Mr. Piano Mouth. That guy was smuggling ivory into the country and no one picked up on it.
And how he could sing while doing that as well is just mind-blowing.
That goes off to him.
Yeah.
There we go. Here comes the picture again. Halfway down on the smaller stories there, you will see Brian May just looking real upset with life. Second picture down from the top there. There he is.
Oh
Brian
my
May
God, it is. Oh, no. You know what it is? No, go up there. You know what that is?
Go up.
Who is it? I can see who you're talking about. Nurse accused of stealing. Yeah. No, that's Meatloaf, isn't it?
It's Meatloaf. Yeah, it's
Meatloaf.
Right. It's a more skeletal version of Meatloaf.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you
Oh
don't
shit,
do everything.
that's from Polk County too.
That is Polk County.
That's from Polk County.
Picture this is Queen's base. It's real upset.
Oh, what have you done to upset Meatloaf?
Let's see if it's Lakeland. If it's Lakeland, I'm going to give an honorary bonus to this person.
Nurse accused of stealing
just for
over
Winter Haven. And it's Winter Haven.
Oh no,
that's not far.
Oh, she looks real happy. Maybe this is the Bible thumper from the other story.
Well, here's the thing. Do you know how close Winter Haven is to Lakeland?
Yeah. Look, you're just gonna have to tell everyone else because I already know.
It is literally a 20-minute drive.
Yeah, it's
Lakeland was the city I used to live in when I was in Florida.
I wouldn't admit that out loud.
Yeah, I got no shame. I've got no shame. I've said
Lakeland's watching this podcast.
I've said
going, fuck yeah.
Well,
Captain,
fuck you too.
Captain, you have to remember this is the king of the Flamingo Squadron. He has no shame.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Well, he's a fellow juggalo, so I get it.
Yeah.
Number 8 for the shit towns of Australia, and we head off to Mildura in Victoria. We're heading down your way, Captain.
Yeah, Mildura. That's a fucking really hot place too. It gets real hot in Mildura.
Where someone was doing a Jeremy DeWitt.
Oh no.
Oh no.
A fake police car has rammed a real police car. Unfortunately, it is behind the Herald Sun paywall, but Jason Baldwin impersonated a police officer when he attempted to pull over another car by installing homemade blue and red lights on a stolen Ford Ranger, and then in the ensuing police chase, then attempted to ram an actual police car.
Oh, don't you hate
He
it when
literally
you try-
did pull a Jeremy DeWitt.
He did pull a, yeah.
Was he doing a funeral procession at the time, or was he a state agent, approved state agent?
Well, I think he might have been an unapproved state agent, and one that I think Dan Andrews would have probably wanted to have a nice chat if he was still hanging around.
Dan Andrews only chats to people if they're in the front of his car.
Exactly.
You know what? Here's the crazy thing is DeWitt actually done that. He's actually hit a police car with one of his cars.
Yes, he certainly has. Jeremy DeWitt was on. This is true. Jeremy DeWitt was on a WWE Raw is War show where he was the EMT on duty, and it was actually shown on screen, despite the fact that he was never an EMT, and his ambulance pretty much was just an old fucking panel beaters van with a siren attached. I told my mate Parker Nick about Jeremy DeWitt because I fell into the Jeremy DeWitt rabbit hole, and that's all I could fucking watch because I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I told Parking about it. I'm like, dude, you need to watch this fucking, you need to watch this video. And I said, like, you actually do need to watch this video. And he goes, no, it doesn't interest me. And then one night he must have had a few beers and watched the video I sent him. And now he could tell you fucking fellow Jeremy DeWitt's undies were when he got arrested. It's just, he fell right into the rabbit hole. I think he's got a Jeremy DeWitt tattoo now.
Oh, dear.
I actually know Jeremy's fucking whole history.
Yeah, me too. It's sad, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But the crazy thing is this, is the ambulance was real. He got it from an auction.
That's right. Yes.
Just
He
like
just
the
wasn't medically trained.
yeah, just like the motorbike. Apparently, he got that from an auction as well, didn't he? It wasn't a pre-owned cop bike.
There was about three or four of them that he owned.
Yeah,
all the cars, the bikes, all of it were retired police vehicles that he used his mother to get him because she used to work for the government, so she would go to the surplus auctions and get a discount on it.
and if I remember rightly, originally he was getting her to register the cars as well, because of course he can't register the cars because of a little problem he had a few years back.
The old sexual offender registry.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. Number 8 for Florida Man.
Number 8 for Florida Man is a Florida man posing as Elon Musk scammed 74-year-old woman out of more than $250,000.
Whoa.
What?
How?
Yes.
Did he sell her a rocket or something?
I don't believe so, but a Bradenton man is facing charges for posing as the business mogul Elon Musk and SpaceX founder.
Well, I can see where this one's going.
Our Florida man, a 58-year-old man named Jeffrey, said to a Texas woman who he scammed out of $250,000 that he was Elon Musk and was asking for investments in a up-and-coming business. He befriended this 74-year-old woman and engaged in several months as Musk to get her to invest into his business, promising her $50 million in returns. And, well, the business he had her investing money into was Jeff's Painting and Pressure Washing, LLC.
My name is Jeff.
My
My
name
name's
is
Jeff.
That sounds like something Elon Musk, the multi-billionaire, goes, you know what? This is a fucking great idea. We should get behind this.
He would.
Let me go around and find some investors. This has potential.
Hey, Donald, I got a new idea.
Yeah, I got a new idea. Yeah. You're not going to believe this one. You know, Jeff. Yeah, well, he's getting right into fucking pressure washing, and I think maybe we should give him some cash.
Now, here is what's going to make you want to take this guy on a tour of the wood chipper.
Uh-oh.
He had scammed this poor elderly woman out of approximately $600,000 US.
Jesus.
What?
Fucking hell. And this
He
guy
is
lives in
currently-
Florida?
Correct me if
Guy
I'm
is in
wrong.
Florida.
Does he have
wrong, but that's just shy of 1 million Australian.
Yeah, almost identical. About 880 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Now the question is, does Jeff in Florida now have a highly successful pressure washing business? Because it feels like he should.
He should. I mean, mean, you can buy a decent pressure washer for 150. I mean,
Yeah, just
Tow-
shows you how
the
fucking
tow
good a
tra-
pressure washing is.
I mean, get a tow trailer, a couple of trucks. Yeah, you should be able to knock that. You should have an up-and-coming business. You should have a couple of locations going. But
Hey, you could have started franchising this out. Like, it would have been piss funny if he turned back around going, actually, I've got to cut you a check. Here's your money back plus some profit that we made.
well, Jeff is in jail,
That's gonna
and
be hard
the
to
investigation has revealed that he has scammed over 60 victims, resulting in a total of $3 million US this year.
That's a Ponzi
And yet
scheme
still, and yet still, I wait for my shed to be pressure washed. This is shit. Jeff's business model is crap.
Oh God!
Seriously,
Get him on Shark Tank.
Yeah, I've got this great 100% profit with no overheads.
Yeah.
welcome sharks. My name is Jeff,
It's
and
genius.
I want you to invest
$3.6
$1.5 million for 1% stake in my company.
You don't even need to get a stake in the company. Just give me the money.
Oh, seventh place for the shit towns of Australia, and we head off to Orange in New South Wales, where a feral teen allegedly has crashed a stolen car into a school bus.
Oh, to be fair, that's pretty much a standard Tuesday morning in Orange.
Oh boy. Police have charged a teenage boy after he allegedly hit a school bus during a police pursuit in Orange. At 7:50 a.m., officers attached to Central West Police District located a vehicle believed to have been stolen travelling on Lone Pine Avenue in Orange. The driver allegedly failed to stop when directed and a pursuit was initiated. The pursuit was terminated due to safety concerns. A short time later, they received reports that the allegedly stolen vehicle had hit a school bus before driving away. No injuries reported. The driver was a 17-year-old boy arrested nearby and taken to Orange Police Station, charged with 2 counts of police pursuit, not stop, drive dangerously, take and drive conveyance without consent of owner, not giving particulars to other drivers, not giving way to vehicle turn from terminating road, and never licensed person drive vehicle on road. The boy has refused bail to appear before Children's Court today, and obviously because, of course, he's a 17-year-old, no names can be revealed.
Mm. Mm.
Now,
Well, he's 17.
Is so he doesn't qualify for the wood chipper, but I think a guided tour.
Yeah. Take him to the glue factory.
Well, we could send him to Camp Crystal Lake for wayward youths.
Yeah, that would work.
Yes,
yeah.
Jason's a really
Counselor
good bloke,
Voorhees has got a couple open beds now.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well,
Yeah.
are you just doing something below the table there, Mr. Anthony, or
No. Oof size got large then. Oof.
Mm.
Yeah. Tell you
Good old
what, I
Orange.
mean, nothing happens normally in Orange.
No, there's a good little marketplace in Orange.
Yeah.
And my mate Rodney Rood doesn't live too far out of Orange. He's got a farm
We
up
love
front
Rodney
there.
Rood.
Good old Rodney.
Oh,
He
his
doesn't
stuff
live
is not
far
safe
from
for YouTube, but we love him.
No, trust me, I know.
He's
He and I share jokes with one another. Like, we'll text each other stupid jokes that we come up with, and he'll go, "Use this one on your channel. Go on, fucking use it." I'm like, no.
yeah.
I'm trying to keep it monetized, mate.
Yeah, I appreciate the racism. But
Oh, NCR 7th place for Florida man.
7th place for Florida man is a Florida man throws a Yeti thermos in road rage incident, leaving victim hospitalized.
A thermos.
how fucking big was this thermos?
That's what I want to know, but
It had hot dogs in it.
well, could have. But a Coral Springs man was arrested after getting into a road rage incident with another individual where he decided to chuck his Yeti thermos at the victim's face.
I like how they got brand recognition there. Well done there, Yeti. Not a sponsor of the channel, but it should be.
Hey, we'll take a sponsorship. I'll take one of those coolers. I mean,
Yeah. Come on, Yeti, get onto it. Send in
send
Sierra
us some
cooler.
shit. Send us all some free shit. We will sponsor
Hey.
you, Yeti.
Send me a thermos. I'll fucking throw it at someone.
So
I'll throw it into incoming traffic so it makes international news.
there you go. But November 18th, a Coral Springs man by the name of, I'm going to butcher this first name, so I'm just going to call him by his last name, Mr. Gomez, age 31, was reported into getting into a road rage incident where he included the phrases, "Do you want to die?" before throwing a Yeti thermos at the victim. The victim was knocked unconscious and rushed to the hospital.
Well, do we know if the victim said, actually, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Do kind of want to die. Is that all right?
I don't know, but
What are you going to do?
went down.
Throw your thermos at me?
The victim was rushed immediately to the hospital where x-rays revealed that he had several injuries to his face from the Yeti thermos. By the way, durable product. If it's going to do that, I'll definitely take it.
It's obviously indestructible.
But on November 12th,
The fuck was
some
that?
fucking asshole. Some fucking asshole wants to fucking drive by the studio. Fuck him.
What, you got your windows open?
No, I don't have my windows open. There is an asshole that lives in my town that likes to rev his car and his
Careful.
bikes.
If there's a
I
thermos
don't give a
through your window.
Oh, it could be. It could be a thermos coming in. It could be Eddie delivering my thermos for all I know.
could be an Amazon driver being chased by a guy that looks like a thumb, chucking a thermos through your window.
There you go. But on the 20th of November, Mr. Gomez was arrested and taken to custody for the following charges: firing a missile or other projectile through a window or occupied domicile, and multiple parole violations.
Oh,
He is currently being held.
A fucking thermos.
He is currently being held without bond, and well, the victim is suspected to do okay. And I'm going to pull up Mr. Gomez's face because this is the face of a man with a mission.
So we're about to see the face of a man that thoroughly enjoys throwing. Oh yeah, absolutely. This guy thoroughly enjoys launching missiles, but he just didn't have one in his backpack, so the thermos had to do.
That's a waste of good chicken soup, that.
Oh, would have been.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Some cocktail.
I mean, look
minis
at it.
in maybe some cabana.
No
Just,
fucks given in that face.
Look,
Oh,
look at
absolutely.
his head's like a fucking pyramid. Look at that. You open up his mouth and a pharaoh will fall out.
It's a fucking torpedo, isn't it?
Well,
You know,
it
this
makes
is the guy
sense.
that
He
got
likes.
turned down for ISIS because they're like, no, dude. We'll use
I know
Listen,
where I've
listen.
seen. Yeah.
The funny thing is this: anything can be called a missile in the state of Florida if you throw it out of your window.
Love it.
Yeah.
So you can throw a paper ball, it's a missile. You throw a
Love
Yeti
it.
thermos, it's a missile. You know, if the captain wants to throw out his particular special missile, it counts as a double missile.
All right, there we go. Look at that. The moisture missile
Oh.
straight out the window.
Alrighty. 6th place for Shit Towns of Australia, and we head off to the nation's capital of Canberra. And 2 stories we've got for you for this one. First off, we've got a grub robbing a Coles during a Remembrance Day minute of silence. What an absolute grub this guy is, absolutely. But,
Yeah.
absolutely. But our story that we're going to be focusing on is instead a bungling bike thief accidentally locks himself in a government department bike cage.
Bum, bum, bum. How do you lock yourself in to something?
Unfortunately, it's behind the Canberra Times paywall because, you know, Fairfax Media needs to get paid. But a
Gotta get
serial
paid.
burglar accidentally locked himself in a government department bike cage and has fallen into police hands after she followed a woman into the cage to nick the bike. He tied her up and then got himself locked in there with her for the entire time.
Oh, could you imagine the awkward conversations that you'd be having?
It's
Oh, so
like
do you get
tied.
this near-
It's like, can you open? It's like, no. How am I going to open this? You've tied me up.
Is there a way to get out? Yeah, someone has to let us out.
And the police just casually walk up and just go, "Hey guys, we need to have a chat."
What's going on in here?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're making out. Bit of Stockholm syndrome.
Nothing sauce.
Listen, I mean, the Stockholm syndrome is real. I mean, how do we know he didn't fall in love with one of those bikes too?
Yeah, well, this is true. He might have been an objectophilia. This is very possible. Which is a real thing. Fall in love with an inanimate object. It's objectophilia.
Oh,
like the Brazilian woman who married a fucking ragdoll.
Yeah. There was a story about a lady that cracked the shits because she fell in love with some traffic light signals, and they were going to take the signal box out. And she's like, "But I'm married to it." I'm like, "No, you're not. You're fucking crazy."
Oh dear, oh dear. Number 6 for Florida man.
Number 6, and I love the headline, "Just being stupid." Florida man says for allegedly spotlighting a sheriff's helicopter with a laser pointer.
Dickhead.
That is so 1999. Get over it. We've all done it. A
Riverview, Florida man was allegedly pointing a green laser at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's helicopter, causing them to have to launch an investigation to catch him while they were in air searching for a suspect.
At least it would have been easy to spot. He was the one with the laser.
Well, aerial video shows the moment Cody Garfkin was discovered hiding behind a mobile home wearing only a pair of red shorts. When the sheriff's deputies found him, he was quoted to say, "I was just being stupid."
No shit.
The funniest thing is this, is the helicopter pilots are telling the police down there, "Yeah, he's hiding behind the trailer. No, the other trailer on your left. He's right there behind it."
The guy on
and he's doing that thing that we would do as kids when we would play hide and seek. Like, you'd hide behind that tree by base, just almost get real still. He's pulling that move.
Oh, Jesus. That was very common at our at Melbourne Airport there at one stage. People were using lasers, but they'd use like DJing lasers and shit like that and aim it at planes that were landing. And it became actually quite a big thing. So it was quite a popular way to bring down aircraft if you got, a few hours to kill.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a fan of aircraft investigation and got nothing to do tomorrow, feel free.
Well, the big issue is it would have been fine if it was just like a red laser because it wouldn't affect the equipment that much. But, green lasers actually can mess with the night vision. So the sheriffs have arrested him, and he is now facing 1 count of misuse of a laser light device. The Florida man is just stupid this week, but he's beyond stupid. He's what's the word we're looking for? What's the word we're looking for? Oh yeah, fucking dumb.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Let's go to number 5.
5th place for the shit towns of Australia, and we head off to really a place that I'm now starting to really reconsider to be considered the arse of Australia, the arse end of Australia. We are talking about the Alice in Northern Territory. Fair description? Senior cop dresses as a member of the KKK and drives around trying to scare the Indigenous residents.
I like his tactic.
Did he watch Django Unchained as well?
Sorry?
Did he watch Django Unchained as well?
I dare say.
Was he trying to impress Jonah Hill?
The thing is, the indigenous communities up there would be like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" They would have no idea what a KKK member is because half of them don't have the internet.
A senior Northern Territory police officer dressed as a Ku Klux Klan member drove around Alice Springs to frighten Indigenous local residents, according to a previously secret evidence from a former cop. Now, this came out in the recent report into racism with the Northern Territory Police Force, sparked by recent events that have been occurring, the TRG Awards, and holy shit, this one that came out, this is bad.
Yeah, and for those international people that don't know too much about Alice Springs here in Australia, one, it's in the middle of Australia, or just a little bit down from the middle of Australia. It's in the middle of absolute bumfuck nowhere. The crime rate is so high that the traffic lights actually switch off at 8 o'clock, so you don't have to stop at every intersection because you will get robbed by everyone, not just the Indigenous communities, but everyone likes to rob you in Alice Springs. But that doesn't really, I can't see the transition from law enforcement where they go, geez, crime rate's pretty bad here. What worked elsewhere? What else do we know worked in the history of mankind? Let's go reading through some history books and find out, what did law enforcement used to do in other places that had high crime rates? Here we go. KKK members. Perfect. Lock it in, boys.
I mean, the guy's wife did just buy those brand new white sheets.
Well, yeah. This is true too. Would have been hard to keep them fucking clean in Alice Springs too. Jesus. It's primarily desert.
So would Alice Springs be the taint or the ass of Australia?
The ass.
Yeah, have to be the ass. Yeah, have to be the ass
The
of
ass.
Australia. You would have heard of Ayers Rock or Uluru, depending.
Yeah.
Well, that's not far from Alice Springs, so that's the type of landscape that we're looking at. A lot of miners and stuff use it as a drop-off point before they go up for the fly-in, fly-out mining stuff up north a bit further. But Alice Springs literally is in the middle of nowhere. It was predominantly a Aboriginal community until we decided, you know what we really enjoy? Land, and went further outwards. And now, because of the high crime rate and things like that in Alice Springs, it's probably one of the most dangerous small towns / cities that we have to offer the world. And but again, still can't see that going, hey, we should really try this clean thing. This sounds like a real good win. I can't see any issues here.
Shall we move on?
Yes, because number 5 is the transition to the deeper fuckery of Florida man. But Florida man and woman are both arrested after violent encounter with school resource deputy. A Florida man was called to his son's middle school after the son had shoved a girl during class, where the son was given a civil citation by the Volusia County Sheriffs. The father showed up and began to get into a verbal argument with the school's resource officer, teachers, and other administration, where he began to yell expletives, according to the police reports. Do you feel proud, you worthless? I can't say the other word because YouTube will demonetize me and delete my fucking channel.
You such and such and such.
Oh, yes. Where he began to shove the resource officer and took her taser.
Uh-oh.
Causing her to draw her firearm. At this point, Florida woman makes her appearance, the wife of this particular Florida man, who is also, this is the Florida woman, is also a preschool teacher for the county.
What?
Yeah.
She began to assault the female resource officer as well. Both people were taken into custody and are facing multiple charges. The judge has set their bond at $42,000.
Cheap.
I still don't think that's enough.
No. Now, I need to ask, the young kid that pushed the girl, did that girl steal his rum and he called her a Bible thumper or something? Or
It could have been. It could have been
Later.
because, I mean,
like,
it
fuck
could
you, that's my
happen.
rum.
Oh,
But a civil citation in Florida for a minor is basically you go to like what they call a teen court, and you have to go to like an anger management class or write an apology letter or do some volunteer work.
hear that sound? That's the slapping of the wrist happening right now.
However, stealing a copper's taser and holding her at taser point to get an apology, that also maybe will work, but probably not as well.
Well, Sheriff Michael Chitwood did say in another interview with the local news, you steal our tasers, we pull our guns, and we're not afraid to shoot.
I think that's
a fair
fair.
call. Yeah.
Let's go to number 4.
Number 4 for the shit towns of Australia, and we are heading off to Tweed Heads in New South Wales. Captain, as if we need an excuse to celebrate the shithousery that normally exists in the far north coast of New South Wales.
Good fishing in Tweed Heads, though. Near Foster there. Quite good
Yeah.
fishing. Caught a nice barracuda there, actually.
Yeah, don't go in much. Well, actually, you could go in a little bit further inland because there's good wacky bushland out there.
Yeah, you will go missing there, though.
Yeah. Go check out a place called Nimbin, bruh.
Yeah, go check out Nimbin, bruh. Then you won't ever come home.
A dead shit has been arrested after stealing over 100 plaques from a cemetery for scrap metal.
That's pretty ingenious, actually.
You see, this and NCR, this is my nomination for the MVP. Similar to the Hall of Fame that we've got for our shit towns of Australia, the cash for demerits man from Goldie. I kid you not, Cap. There was a guy up in Gold Coast who was running a scheme, cash for demerits, where he would find for a fee, he would find someone to take your points.
Oh, that's ingenious.
This is capitalism, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is a guy that saw a need in the market and went, well, it's the pandemic. I've got to make some coin somehow.
a thief who stole more than 100 memorial plaques from a cemetery near the Queensland-New South Wales border has been sentenced to more than a year in prison. Geez, that's a bit stiff. Michael Bennett Gardner removed 103 copper plaques from the Tweed Heads General Cemetery in August. The plaques were later found in nearby bushland with some of the tools he used to pry them from the burial sites. The 44-year-old man from Murwillumbah pled guilty to 4 charges, including larceny, willful damage, a protected place, destroying property, and possessing a prohibited drug. Why am I not surprised that he was in possession of a prohibited drug up there?
I like how that was like the last charge. Like, oh, by the way, he was kind of off his face.
By the way, guys, he had meth. Okay,
Yeah,
just so you know.
Yeah, this wasn't a guy that went, you know what I need? Copper. Here's the best way to get copper. I could go stripping abandoned houses. Nah, the cemetery seems like a quicker idea.
Well,
Gardner's theft is not the first time plaques have been stolen from cemeteries in the Tweed Shire. In 2021, almost 60 were illegally taken from Murwillumbah Lawn Cemetery and Tweed Valley Cemetery. Mr. Pooch said the council had recently upgraded security at cemeteries, installing CCTV cameras atop 4-metre tall posts with anti-climb devices. Well, a lot of fucking good that did, didn't it?
Unless you're looking directly at the camera at the time of the crime, what's the point in having a fucking security camera? So you can go back and go, oh, someone stole all these copper things. It must be that guy in the balaclava. Jeez, I wish we were watching when this happened.
I can understand why he did it, because this is going to make you guys fucking just hate America and laugh at our stupidity. But at one point in Union City, New Jersey, they were using copper as currency.
We used to use copper as
surprised by
currency down here. We had 1 and 2 cent pieces that were made out of copper.
No. They were stealing the copper out of people's houses and melting them down into ingots and paying at fucking stores with copper.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'll
tell you what, again, supply and demand.
Right. Copper's going to become a difficult material to get eventually, especially the way things are going in the market at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my in-laws, they got an abandoned house next to them, and they're fighting with the landlord that wants to do some development on the property. I said, just fucking nick in there and stick steal his copper. Who gives a shit? when he starts building the new house, steal that copper as well.
Blame it on some grunks.
Exactly. There was a drug bust further down the street. They'll blame it on those guys before they come and knock on the 74-year-old's door.
Oh, there was a house around where I used to live in the Northern Beaches. There was a house around the corner from me that was the site of a triple unaliving, and Dad said I should have just jumped in there while the investigation was going on and nicked off with the leftover copper once the investigation was done.
Yeah, just before the investigation got started. Go, look, I don't mind what you guys are up to. I'm not part of that. You do what you guys need to do. I'm just here to pinch some light fittings.
Yeah, why not?
Oi, mate. You can do what you want over there, but if you need me, I'm gonna be in the loo. Just get some copper.
Yeah.
I seen nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I don't even know what you look like. I'm colorblind.
Yeah. Look, we're both committing crimes here, okay? You don't tell, I don't tell. That's how it works.
Number 4 for Florida man.
Number 4 for Florida man is a Florida woman, and this one is going to just all right. Florida woman armed with a taser and knife asks her family the ultimate question: who's first?
Oh, that's ominous.
Yeah, I'm already erect. I like how this is going.
A Florida woman has armed herself with a knife and taser and threatened her family with the question, who's first? A Coral Springs woman was arrested this week, identified as Sherry Holt, age 61, got into an irate argument with her daughter, who decided to go live with her father. Barricading their mobile home,
It's my bales.
Hoyt went and grabbed a taser and a large kitchen knife and asked her 90-year-old mother and her daughter, who's first? Sitting in her wheelchair to help prevent them from escaping.
Are you sure she just wasn't asking who that guy was doing the old Abbott Costello routine there? Like, who's on first?
Yeah, here we go.
No.
You know what I've just realised? What was the name of it? Was it surname Holt?
Yes.
I know where Harold ended up.
Oh, I knew it. That's his bloody. He's transitioned into a Florida woman.
His progeny is a woman. Actually, the age matches.
Harold Holt, he'd be more than 68 now, surely. He would have been, I think it was like 50 or something when he went missing.
I think the age timing could work.
How old is? Let me look up how old Harold Holt is. For those that don't know, Harold Holt was an Australian Prime Minister who went for a bit of a swim down where I used to live, and never came back. A lot of people thought that the Japanese pinched him.
It gets better as well because they named a swim center after him as well.
They've named a few of them. Mate, he would be 132 if he was still alive. He was born in 1908.
That's not out of the question.
Now
she was 68 years old.
Now here's the funny thing. When police arrived, they began to search the wheelchair that Holt was sitting in, and they found the large kitchen knife and a bright pink taser. The daughter escaped by climbing out of a window to have the neighbors phone police. She is currently in jail, and I want to show this lovely, lovely woman to all of the people watching and listening to us.
Do we get to see the pink taser as well?
She looks
Jesus.
familiar.
Oh,
She looks familiar. I can't put my foot on it.
That's him with a wig.
I swear I've seen her before. Isn't she sponsoring us with her line of makeup?
I believe so. I believe so.
Just don't let your fridge near her.
No.
I'd keep all freezers away from her, freezers and your dogs.
Oh, jeez. Oh. It's the first time in a long time I've ever wanted to wash my eyes out with Sard's Wonder Soap. All right, time to head into the medals. And taking out the bronze for this week, we head to Rockingham in Western Australia. What a fine, upstanding town. This is, Captain. Rockingham, WA.
Rockingham.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, a woman with a baby has been carjacked by an axe-wielding maniac.
Yay.
Please don't be a juggalo. Please don't be a juggalo.
A man has been charged after he allegedly threatened a mother with an axe and stole her white Holden Commodore in a Perth car park because, of course, it was a white Holden Commodore. The 53-year-old accused arrived at Rockingham Shopping Centre about 5:20 p.m. when he allegedly approached the woman in her 30s who was unloading her shopping and had her baby with her. Police say the woman was not physically injured. The man was allegedly spotted driving recklessly and failed to stop at the direction of police on Thomas Road at 1:30 a.m. They gave chase before spikes were deployed and the vehicle came to a stop on the Kiwanana Freeway in Bertram. Taken into custody and charged with, ladies and gentlemen, 1 count of aggravated armed robbery, 1 count of unlawful act or omission with intent to harm, 1 count of no authority to drive, 1 count of reckless driving, and 1 count of failing to comply with the direction to stop. A 50-year-old woman who, it will be alleged, drove the man to Rockingham Shopping Centre and assisted him in stealing the vehicle has also been charged with 1 count of aggravated armed robbery.
Bum, bum, bum.
And there is a nice little photo of this white Commodore after the crash. I mean, it's nothing spectacular about it, so I'll save everyone this, but it is a little bit of a bender. It's gone in. And as far as I'm concerned, Captain, that's a waste of a good VF Commodore, that.
Well, just imagine if they had tied a whole bunch of dead roos around the side of the car. It would probably be still in okay condition. Yeah, it could have been in fucking top-notch condition. You could have resold that.
Yep. Absolutely. You know, this is what happens when you don't strap dead roos to your car.
Every Australian knows you strap at least 3 dead roos to your car in order to survive a decent fender bender.
Exactly.
A lot of kangaroos actually work better too.
Now, I have to propose a question to the 3 of us here. Which is more safety? Which is more safety? 3 roos strapped to your car or a Toyota Helix?
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Question.
We do celebrate Toyota-thon in this house. Like it's the big thing that we look forward to. It's almost as big as the grand final. So I do back a Hilux there. However, kangaroos have been shown to save lives if they're strapped on correctly. And that's the big thing. If you're going to put kangaroos on your car, you don't just do it willy-nilly. You don't go to Burke's Backyard Bush Mechanics. You go to fucking someone that knows what they're doing.
You don't want to go to Burke's Backyard in general because he'll go in for a chew, wouldn't he?
He would, yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind getting a bit handsy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You only want to go to Burke's Backyard if you want a personal touch.
Yes, right. You want a bit of a green thumb, if you know what I mean.
Well, Anthony, it's funny. It's funny you brought up a motor vehicle for your bronze because I have something that's going to bring some fucking comedic gold to us.
I'm looking forward to this.
I'm already here.
A Florida man launches a rocket at girlfriend's car, bounces off, and it explodes on his crotch.
Ooh, bing, bang, boom.
Now, a Florida man was hospitalized after a prank gone horribly wrong, or in some cases, horribly right. Shannon, aged 35, from Jacksonville, shot a 6-inch firework rocket at his girlfriend's car, a Mustang.
Hang on. A 6-inch firework rocket?
Yes.
Fucking hell. That's slightly bigger than my penis by about 4 inches.
Decent.
Yeah, decent size.
Yeah.
Well, get ready because here's where it starts to get funnier. He began to light the rocket and shoot as she was driving by at an accelerated speed. where the rocket bounced off the car's window, flew back, and landed and exploded right onto his crotch.
Oh, up goes the cock.
And the Academy Award goes to man getting hit by firecracker.
After it exploded.
Sorry, continue. Yeah.
Okay, after it exploded, he curled up in the fetal position where he realized his groin to his feet were set ablaze in front of his neighbors.
It would have been the funniest thing to ever see. Like, if you're his neighbor, you would have been like, look at that.
Is that a firework in your pants, or are you happy to see me?
I once fired a firework out of a moving vehicle in Kalamazoo, Michigan on the 4th of July because, as Anthony can contest, we don't get access to fireworks very often here in Australia. So
unless you go to Fishwick.
Unless you go to Fishwick's, you can't even get them from Fishwick anymore.
Oh,
yeah, that's how bad it's got. Trust me, I've checked. And
that's not the only thing you've checked for in Fishwick, isn't it?
I used to work at a strippers in Fishwick called Sensations, so I know Fishwick really well.
Did they have a valet named Bobby who used to work there?
Probably. The bouncer's name was Cody, if that helps. But in Michigan, right, you could buy fireworks at your local gas station. I didn't know that this was a thing, so I bought like a fuckload of fireworks. And the lady that I was with, there was me and a New Zealand fella called Hemi, and Allison was our driver. And I'm like, what do we do with all these fireworks? Like, obviously, we're going to have to go and hide and fire them off because that's what we do here in Australia. Like, we just find a quiet spot where no one will ever come and we let them go. And she goes, no, you can just fire them off. Like, it's cool. It's 4th of July. Go nuts. So I was setting off a few in the car park and stuff. And she goes, come on, we'll head back. We'll head off home and stuff. And wait, no worries. I'm in the back seat of the car thinking, this is fucking great. So I just ran down the window and started firing it off out the window at people. And she's like, you can't do that. Like, you said that we're allowed to shoot fireworks. She goes, not from a moving car, you fucking idiot.
You know what it reminds me of, Captain?
Mm-hmm.
The greatest news article I'd ever seen.
Which is?
2012 in the NT News. You know what I'm about to say, don't you?
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're going to say. Say the story because it's too funny.
The headline from the NT News reads, "Why I Stuck a Cracker Up My Clacker."
Classic NT News. NT News is like our Florida man news reel. Jeez. There was an NT story about a guy that got a broken nose on a Bucks night because a stripper fired an adult toy out of her, well, let's just say adult toy cannon, and hit him in the face and broke his nose.
You know what the best part was about that article as well? The deputy editor at the time, Paul Dyer, won a Walkley for it.
That's right, he did too.
Oh,
that is peak Straya.
Well, I will share this last bit of info, and then we'll go into Anthony's number 2. Shannon was taken to the hospital where he had suffered second-degree burns, including having his sandals burned into his feet from the fire.
Oh no! The old Sunday bests now attached to his feet. Oh.
Well, that's gonna make buying thongs even harder.
Yeah. Well, see, sandals and overalls normally what we wear to church. Poor bugger.
I've seen people wear that to weddings.
Yeah, sadly, me too.
Makes me feel very uncomfortable wearing slides right now.
Oh god! Can I say, as an Italian, as an Australian of Italian heritage, there is nothing more horrifying than seeing people turn up to weddings in thongs.
Is this why you don't have a camera on when you do the podcast? Because you can't, click on the computer and talk at the same time because both of your hands are being used when you talk?
Well, pretty much, yeah. My hands are going everywhere. My wife enjoys that, but every now and then.
Let me guess, you got an old GTXY or something in the shed, don't you?
Yeah. No, it's like it's a control something.
Yeah. We got the white socks up to your knees. I fucking bet you do. I bet you have white socks to your knees. That's how mum dressed you to go to school, didn't she? I fucking knew it.
No, of course not. I went to a public school for all 13 years of my life. My brother, on the other hand, went to a Catholic school.
White socks up to the knees.
No, grey socks. Close.
Grey socks. Yeah.
The silver medal for Shit Towns of Australia for this week is our ever favourite Gold Coast.
God love the Goldie.
Oh, I love the Goldie. There's a couple of stories that have come out. There's a couple of mentions out of that one. First off, a naked Gronk allegedly goes on a destructive rampage at a notorious block of units, because why not? Shit has been detected in the water at 4 swimming spots. I thought they were running the racing the triathlon back in Paris all over again.
And only 4. It's a world record.
Yeah, I know. But our feature story is a porn star has been evicted from an Airbnb after routing 55 schoolies in a day.
Yes.
Now, there's only one thing we can do to that.
Absolutely.
I'm Troy McClure, and I'll leave you with what we all came here to see: hardcore nudity.
Thank you, Troy McClure.
I've been following this story mostly for 2 reasons. One, I'm a massive perv, and 2, being someone that has worked in the industry, I was curious to see how she was going to get away with this, because she was advertising during what was known as our schoolie time, which is very similar to spring break down there in Florida. So a lot of hiked up fucking teens with hormones firing on all cylinders. And the idea was you could have sex with her for free as long as she got to film it. And she did. She had a line up around the corner and all that sort of stuff for it. Because there's been 2 in the Gold Coast that have been done. One was here in Australia, like she was an Australian, and she was told to bugger off and had the Airbnb shut down. I think that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But then there was another
right.
Sheila from, she was...
From England.
From England. That's her. Yeah. Bonnie is her name. And
Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie Blue, that's her. And she was sent home. She had her visa cancelled because she was doing something very similar. Despite the fact that, this is the other cool thing about the Airbnb, was she was charged a massive cleanup bill, despite the fact that the house was spotless when she left. She was actually charged quite a hefty cleaning bill, and I don't blame them. They would have had to have gone in there with black light and a fucking crime scene contamination unit.
Well, so is that why you asked me to get you a fake school ID?
Yeah, this is exactly why I was asking about the grey socks. I wanted to know where I went wrong.
Yeah. So it got better with Bonnie Blue, because she then went and tried to pull the same stunt over in Fiji, and they punted her as well.
They punted her out as well. That's right. Yeah, but she got away with it for quite a fair. Like she was on her game for about 3 or 4 weeks before the outraged Australians when we don't want her in the country. And this is the part that sort of shits me about Australia is, if you like that fuck and that's your thing, you enjoy fucking, and you have other consenting adults that like to fuck as well, then fuck.
Who cares?
It's not our problem. Go nuts. Yeah. These kids knew what they were doing. They were all of age. She went through the proper checks. She went through the proper medical reports and stuff with them before, and they all signed consent forms, and they all signed every bit of legal, because that's the big thing in that industry is safe sex and consent paperwork, not just verbal consent, but there is consent paperwork involved as well. And they all sign media releases and all that sort of stuff. So all of the kids involved, I shouldn't call them kids, but all the young adults involved, because they were all over the age of 18, and that's the legal age for you to make decisions of that nature. So they all knew what they were doing. And if I was 18 years old and an international porn star said, hey, you can put your little thingy in front of my face and wiggle it for a bit, and I'll give you, some talk up on my OnlyFans, I wouldn't have left. They wouldn't have been going home. They would have been like, what else do I need to? I'll clean your fucking apartment while I'm here.
No, let's be honest. Let's be honest, Captain. I mean, I reckon you would have been so good with that. She would have just said, "Nah, you know what? You can stay. The rest of you can bugger off."
Yeah, sure. That would have been it. The other kids would have, there would have been a riot. There would have been kids crying in the corridor. There would have been kids standing there with, roses in their hands and box of chocolates, like they were expecting some action. And here I am going, thanks for the chockies, fella. Oh, fucking off you go on your bike.
Now, I do have a photo of her as well.
Oh, yes.
It is a clean photo, by the way.
Okay.
So it is safe.
Well, clean-ish.
At least more safe than what was being shown on Chili's channel last night.
All right, all right.
Oh, can I do a big hello to Robster? He just sent me a message going, "How long until this podcast comes out?" And I said, "Not long." So, hello, Robster. Thank you for checking in.
Robster,
And there
it
she
will be out tonight.
There you go. Oh, there she is.
Beautiful
Yeah,
woman.
She's a bit of a stunner, isn't she? I'll give full
I'm
credit.
sorry. I'm distracted by something about her. I'm just.
We're talking about the Ben and Jerry's ice cream, aren't we?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely put my dick in that.
There we are. As I said, photos completely clean. Oh, by the way, there's Bonnie Blue there as well.
There's Bonnie Blue. There she is. I've watched a lot of Bonnie Blue's work, and I know some of the actresses that have worked with her. And from what I understand, Bonnie Blue is actually extremely pleasant to not only work with, but to talk with as well. I don't know the other lady. I don't know her by name or reputation, but you know, she's obviously making a splash in the industry. She's done what she needs to do to get publicity, because there's no such thing as bad publicity, especially in that industry. And so fucking my hat goes off to her. Like, if I could go, all right, you can all have sex with me, and I don't even need to film it. You can just come and have sex with me. And I had people turn up. That would be the best day of my life.
But don't you do that already?
Yeah, but they're celebrities. Like, I kind of have to. There's contractual agreements in place. But if I was just stood, I don't know, like at a train station holding a sign saying "You may touch my penis," I'd be really impressed. If, apart from the nuns that come up and do it, anyone else, I'd be pretty chuffed. Like, nuns will always go for a grope. You can't trust them fuckers.
That's true.
Who got the silver medal for you, NCR?
Oh, silver medalist is getting a free tour of the wood chipper because a syringe-wielding Florida man was cuffed for spraying mystery white creamy liquid on women's butts at a Ross Dress for Less.
At a what?
At a Ross Dress for Less. Do you remember Do you remember the video you covered on the live of the woman wanting a discount?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Same
yeah,
store
Ross.
company.
Yeah, same store, right? Yeah, Ross. Yeah. Ross owns that place. Yeah, I know Ross. Yeah.
Okay, so
He's a good boy.
a syringe-wielding Florida man has been arrested for going to multiple stores and spreading a white, creamy liquid on women's buttocks.
Jeez, Ross is fucking. He's in the know now. He's got more than one shop now. Look at him go. Good on you, Ross.
Our
Did he get
Florida man
get a discount? This Florida guy, did he get a discount? Oh, that's probably
no, he did not get a discount. He did not get a discount, but
fucking Ross.
Florida man has been on a crime spree as of June of this year, where he was going up to women with a syringe when they weren't looking, filming himself squirting a mysterious liquid from the syringe onto their buttocks. The first victim was a minor.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's not a good one.
2 months later, at a Marshall's shopping center, he did the same thing, where it was pointed out that it's the same individual that the police have been looking for due to his Miami Dolphins baseball cap. He was found and arrested, where he used his one phone call to call his father to help destroy evidence.
Right.
Was his dad Dan Marino?
I don't know. But the police intercepted the phone call, got to the house where they found flash drives and external hard drives with the video footage of him going up to women and shooting this liquid that they could not find what it was, and found preloaded syringes with viscous white substance inside of it.
Yeah, indeed.
He says it was moisturizing lotion. I think it was something else.
Moisturizing lotion. Yeah.
Okay. So two problems here, right? This is how we can fix this issue. First off, Ross, stop being such a cheap ass. Give people discounts, otherwise they're going to be shooting goop at everyone in your shop, right? And secondly, maybe you need to get hold of Bonnie Blue, get her over there, and give these people a place for them to shoot their goo guns. And you wouldn't have any of these issues. Just spitballing ideas here.
How much white goop were they going through there as well? Because it sounds like they would have had enough goop that it probably would have matched the volumes of P. Diddy and his baby oil.
Yeah, it sounded like he had a fair trick up his sleeve there, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had quite a bit because he's been doing this since June of this year. He is currently in jail for the following charges: multiple offenses of felony battery against a child, misdemeanor counts of tampering with evidence, felony counts of using a projectile and biohazardous liquid on victims, voyeurism, and other charges. He is currently being held without bond, and, well, I'm going to show his picture real quick because he looks like a fucking dirtbag shitheel that deserves the wood chipper.
Do we have any photos of the syringe, for science?
No.
Oh, look at that. Wasn't he on Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah,
I swear
he
I've
does
seen
look like the
him
dude.
there, yeah.
Doesn't he? He looks like Juicy.
But look at him.
Hey, this is a guy that just got done because someone took his syringe away, isn't it? This is a dude that went, I have so much more to give.
Oh.
And the guy down there in the corner of the story there, he's got the little beard and the bald head. He looks like one of the victims. Like, yeah, can you believe it?
I was dressed up as Daphne from Scooby-Doo, and then I felt something wet on me. Boom.
The next thing you know, I'm copping it in the eye like, like I'm a pirate.
Oh, that's going to make for a very, very, very messy time indeed.
Oh.
Now, it
Number
is
one.
time for the gold medals.
Oh, I've got a contender I want to throw in for a gold medal too.
Let's hear
Go
it.
for it.
All right, Florida. This is a Florida story out of Florida. This happened a few years ago. I don't know exactly where in Florida, or I can tell you it was on the bayou. And the situation was a man has called the deputy sheriffs of the little town and said, Billy Joe Bloggs has come over and stolen my goat. I would like to have my goat back. I can tell you 100% that it's at Billy Bloggs' house. You need to go and get it. And of course, the sheriffs went, okay, well, seems like a fairly open and closed case. So they get in their cars, and two of them head on over to Billy Bloggs' house, and they knocking on Billy Bloggs' door, and no one's answering the door. But all they can hear, and this is how it sounded. This is get your scorecard out and jot this one down. This is exactly how it sounded. You hear this splash, splash, splash. And they're like, what the fuck is going on here? So they go around the back of the property. There's Billy Bloggs. He has the goat on a bit of rope and a life jacket, or what do you guys call them, a buoyancy vest, on the goat. And he would be underarming the goat into the water. So a bit of an underarm toss. And the goat would end up in the water. And then he would pull the rope and bring the goat back into shore because he was gator baiting.
Jesus Christ.
This is a true story. This was about 10 years ago. He had a goat with a buoyancy vest on, and he was just tossing the goat into the bayou and then pulling the goat back to shore because he wanted to go hunting for gators, and he just wanted some live bait for the gator. And he was pulling it. And the cops are like, you're not allowed to do this. Like, this is not okay. One, that's not your goat. Not that that would make it any better. And two, this is fucking ridiculous even for Florida.
Okay. Just the fact that I know this should tell you how deep of a Florida man I have in me, but phrasing, I should say. But that's not how you hunt for gators. Okay. Here's how you would catch a really nice good gator. Get you a nice chicken quarter, right? Like a thigh and a leg. You tie it to some string. You put a nice big hook in it, and you hang it from a fucking tree.
I don't know. Throwing a goat seems like a quicker option.
No. Here's why. A gator will prefer dead meat over a live catch.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But that's also how you now get meth gators, but that's a different story.
Oh.
But yeah, no, that's my gold medal throw in. True story out of Florida. Gator baiting with a live goat with a life preserver on, being chucked in and out of the water.
That's special. That is truly
truly Florida.
The shittest town for Australia for the week ending the 24th of November 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Melbourne.
Yay!
Ooh.
And we've got multiples here this week. So first off, I have to say I'm very disappointed to let NCR News that the city of Townsville did not make the list this week.
My heart is broken.
What happened in Melbourne this week? First off, and the captain will probably know of a couple of these stories. Dickheads destroy 50 Remembrance Day wreaths at a cenotaph, and I think this happened, around Dandenong, if I remember rightly.
Yes.
Yep. Scumbags, a lot of them.
Bitches.
Yep. A girl with a disability was attacked by feral teens with a hammer.
Oh,
Pretty
shit.
disgusting. But our story is a drongo has stolen a car with an unattended kid in it. But what was even more awesome was a quick-thinking father getting the guy to actually drive to the police station, and the drongo still in the car pretended he was saving the kid's life.
Brilliant.
Here we go. A Melbourne father ducked into a local service station, and whilst he was paying for things and after getting his petrol done up, his car was allegedly stolen with his young son in it. A quick-thinking dad called his own phone, which was still in the car at the time, to tell an alleged car thief his young son was in the vehicle when it was nabbed from a Melbourne service station. The father had left his car running with the 5-year-old sitting in the back. Another man jumped in, drove off. He told the alleged thief his son was in the car and asked that he drop the boy off at the nearest police station. The alleged thief then drove to Parkenham police station, where he was promptly arrested and the boy safely reunited with his father. The officer was released. The offending man was released pending further inquiries after being interviewed by detectives, and it is alleged that he claimed that he had saved the boy from another kidnapping.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Fucking packing.
Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
I in a place called Canterbury in Victoria, just outside of Melbourne, on the outskirts.
Not Canterbury, New South Wales. You don't want to be caught dead in Canterbury, New South Wales.
Fuck no. I used to be the front office manager for a hotel there, and my dad used to deliver pasta to the restaurant of this particular hotel. Not that it was a family business, but my brother was indeed the head chef there. And so it was a bit of it was a bit of a family business. So my old man's delivering the pasta. My older brother is the chef taking the order, and I'm in the reception area doing my job. And then Dad came in and goes, "Someone's pinched my phone out of my van." So I go on to the cameras and have a look, and sure enough, someone stuck their head in the van and grabbed the phone and ran off. This is what I did. I picked up the phone, and this is almost verbatim of how I made the phone call. Ha! You thought you could get away with it, dickhead, huh? So, where are you? Right, and he goes, "Oh, I'm just down the road." Mate, bring the phone back. I know who you are, and I know where you are now, so you may as well bring it back. So he did. I had no idea where the guy went. But it was a simple case. I've got you on camera. I now know who you are. You're probably best bringing it back. And he's like, "Oh, shit, no, I'm in trouble."
Yeah. I mean, if it happened in Canterbury, New South Wales, I mean, it would have been a lot worse. I mean, the guy probably would have then turned around, given a couple of bloody chops down around his nether region, started just yelling out "doggies" the entire time. So
there would have been a lot of stabbings. Nothing to do with the phone. There would have been a lot of stabbings nonetheless.
Oh my God, yeah. Who has won the gold medal for Florida Man this week?
It is a Florida woman, and she's the MVP for the Florida men and Florida women this week.
Let's hear it.
Florida mom tricks man who was sexting her 13-year-old daughter to meet up at a Pot Pies chicken restaurant and shot by police.
Bang, bang.
A 18-year-old man was sexting a 13-year-old girl that he met online, sending very highly inappropriate messages and images to a 13-year-old girl, being that she's 13, the child's name is being held. According to the police reports, the mother found out and lured him to meet her, posing as her daughter, at a Pot Pies chicken restaurant on McDuff Avenue in Jacksonville, Florida. When he arrived, he decided to step up his game by threatening to shoot and kill the Florida woman by brandishing a unlicensed handgun.
As you do.
Well, the police showed up, told him to drop his gun. Well, he decided to run from the cops, pull his gun, and point at the cops, where they decided to return fire.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm guessing he's not breathing as well as he used to.
Well, not without the help of a machine.
Yeah.
But according to police, when they saw him pull the gun, they yelled, "Drop, stop, gun, gun," and then pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew, pew. They decided to open up with the old wireless hole punches, eh?
Yes. Our degenerate Florida man is in the hospital in stable condition and is being held for the following charges: aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, lewd and lascivious conduct by a person over the age of 18 with a victim under the age of 16, using a two-way communication device to meet a minor for inappropriate actions, solicitation, and luring a child. He is currently being held on, this will make you proud, Anthony, $700,000 bond.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
That seems about accurate.
Captain, does this qualify for FAAFO?
Oh, yeah, big time. Absolutely. Do you want me to say it?
Let's do it, shall we?
All right, let's do it. On the count of three, we'll do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Fuck around.
Fuck around.
And find out.
Find out. Love it.
But Florida
That was-
mom, MVP for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
that,
even
mate.
conceding. I'm not even bothering. I mean, the only one I would have put up as an MVP on my side was the guy from Tweed who nicked off with the 100 copper plaques. But nah, that Florida woman deserves a medal for what she did.
And that Florida fella deserves to be taken down to the bayou there and fucking have a life preserver put on his body and tossed in and out of the fucking river.
Well, here's why he doesn't need that, Captain. In the Florida jails down there, they use them for a very special purpose.
Oh,
You know what I
please
mean?
tell me. Please tell me.
Well,
Tell me off air.
let me put it this way. They're gonna wish they were locked up in a cell with Chopper.
All right, good old Chopper.
R.I.P. Chopper.
Or
Hang
they
on.
would rather have a visit to Woody's Wood Chipper Emporium.
I want to before we finish up tonight. Can I send you? Speaking of Chopper Reed, here is an ad when Chopper Reed was still alive
Yes.
about what happens if you decide to beat women and end up in prison. All right.
If you could pull it up, we can share it.
Yeah, I'll send it through to you. Where is it? This one here. It is. I'm trying to work out. I think that's one of these is the uncensored version. I think it's this one. We'll send it to. I'm going to send it to your Discord.
All right. Let me.
If you want to bring it up.
real quick.
And
I think I know the one you're talking about.
yeah,
Now, while I'm bringing this up, would you? Because I have a feeling a lot of the Americans don't know who we're talking about. If you
Yeah,
could give a little brief summary of who Chopper is.
Right, best way, Mark Chopper Reed he's passed away now, a notorious, what we call a standover man or a heavy prisoner, idiot, whatever you want to call him, here in Australia, where in his early life, he didn't have what you call the best best life on the good side of the law. He found his notoriety, if you will, working for other crooks and guys that would do organized crime and things like that. And he sort of became a bit of a heavy hitter in that part of the world. But he went to jail so many times and was bashed and stabbed and everything else whilst in jail that he became kind of a folklore within himself until he started creating stories about himself and others started to believe the stories that he was creating. Like he would tell people that he worked for the New South Wales Police Department when he never did. He'd tell people he worked for the Victorian Police Department when he never did. He would tell people that he was a federal police officer. He'd tell people this, that, and everything else in order for him to be a more capable criminal. He was taken to a penitentiary here in Victoria. It's closed now, but it was called, what was it called?
Wasn't the one up in Shepparton, was it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Shepparton Penitentiary. And he was going to be shipped into a division called H Division, which is where a lot of not so tough people would end up. But he didn't think he belonged in H Division. He thought he should stay where he had all these normal inmate rackets going on. And they said, no, you're going to go to H Division. You're going to lose this privilege, and this privilege. And he goes, well, if you do that, fucking things are going to go bad for you. So they take him down to H Division. And he immediately cuts his ears off. So he has no ears.
Yeah.
And that was how he got out of H Division. So this is who you're going to see. This is Mark Chopper Reed before he got sick and passed away. He became a comedian after he came onto the good side of the law and he sort of changed his life a bit and he wasn't heavily involved in criminal activity anymore. And he wanted to sort of give back to the community. And they approached him to do this advert or public service announcement, if you would. So it's all yours.
So if you ever needed an ad to scare the shit out of somebody to not put hands on women, show them this.
My name's Mark Brandon Chopper Reed. A lot of people think I'm a tough guy. I'm not a tough guy, but I've broken a lot of men that thought they were tough guys. The lowest thing in jail is a woman basher and a rapist. If you bashed a woman, well, you're a weak, gutless individual. If you come to fucking jail for bashing a woman or raping a woman, you will get fucking dealt with. You will fucking suffer. We will break your fucking neck, you low, gutless, weak fucking mice. Be afraid. Because if you come to jail, you're going to have every bloody reason to be afraid.
So as you can tell, he wasn't firing on all cylinders. But what he did say about people that do those particular crimes in the prison system was 100% correct. You normally copped a bit of a bashing for anyone that either laid hands on a woman or did the other word there that he mentions, which I'm thinking you probably have to bleep out. That's your call. Obviously, I didn't realize that that was still in that particular video. But that video, an edited version of that video, was played nationally in Australia.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and by the way, if you want to see a really good depiction of Chopper Reed in his life, a little bit of dramatization as you'd normally expect from any sort of movie, but it's a really good storytelling, give you a bit of a sense of it. Check out the movie Chopper, headlined by Eric Bana, who actually does a bang up job in that movie.
He actually spent a lot of time with Mark at his property in Tasmania, as well as Mark coming into the movies and said, no, that's not how I did it. I broke his knees this way. So there was a lot of that from Chopper Reed. And strangely enough, even though, there was a little bit of dramatization, most of it wasn't. Most of it were stories like, Alfonso Gadgetano's and stories and stuff like that, which are heavy hitters in the Melbourne underworld. All these stories were 100% confirmed. Like, he did go to a guy called Neville Bartos's house, who was a known drug dealer, and he realized robbing from drug dealers is a lot easier than robbing from people that can call the police, because who is the drug dealer going to call? The police? No, they're just going to get robbed. So he worked that one out pretty quick. So that's who he would rob. He would go over to drug dealers' houses, befriend them, and then shoot them because he knew that they would eventually bring cash if he kept shooting them. So they would bring out frozen blocks of cash because they used to stash them in freezers and stuff like that to hide them from police raids. And Chopper knew this. So, like, you're going to produce the cash or I'm going to shoot you. And if he ended up shooting you, like he did with Neville Bartos a few times, he would whack you in the back of a car and then drive you to hospital because he didn't want you to die because that's an extra charge on him. And that would bring, too many questions. So he would take you to hospital. And whenever he was questions, he'd be like, guys, I drove him to hospital. Does that sound like someone that shot someone? No.
Good cover. Very good cover. Yeah.
So it was just crazy as crazy.
I have to end it with this. His famous quote, "Never let the truth get in the way of a good yarn."
Exactly right.
Very, very good. Very good.
And
with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the Shit Towns of Australia, Florida Man Power Rankings for this week. NCR, bravo on taking out the MVP. I'm not even going to bother contesting it.
I saw it and I knew it from the minute I read the headline.
Yeah. However, make sure you leave your votes in the comment section below for your Golden Turd Award for this week.
Yay.
And don't forget to check out the Nightcap. The captain does awesome fucking video breakdowns on sovereign citizens, frauditors, and other around stupidity. And don't forget to join him Fridays for the Nightcap Nation's Nightcap.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I've had an absolute wonderful time.
You're always welcome back here, sir. Just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely will be back. Yeah, I see you got my my notifications on what I have in my rider, and I really do appreciate the glamour models that you've got in the dressing room here for me. They are going to come in handy later.
Hey, we aim to please.
I'm not going to be aiming, let me tell you that. I'm going to go full Florida man on this woman.
Hey, Dwayne, I give Dwayne a mission. He stepped up. Although it was kind of hard for him to get the emu feather duster for you.
That's okay.
But he got it for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just don't tell the emus. They still hold a grudge against us.
That's okay. Look, Brigadier Reginald will be around to make sure nothing else goes wrong, okay?
Phew.
All right. On that note,
I'm Anthony Caruso.
I'm NCR News Network.
And I'm the captain.
Be well, be safe, and we'll see you guys next time.